Welcome back to the Dizzy Diaries, the podcast where we take the science of chronic illness and make it feel human, relatable, and actually usable in real life. I'm Tove, a clinical exercise physiologist and your guide through the ups, downs, and the dizzy moments. Today we're talking about something I feel so strongly about: exercise as part of the dance of life. Not something you bolt onto the side as another chore. Especially when you're living with a chronic condition like POTS or dysautonomia, exercise isn't just another thing on your to-do list. It's a part of your regulation, it's a part of your recovery, and importantly, it's a part of your ecosystem. Your family, your environment, and your routine all influence your ability to move. When you live with autonomic dysfunction, your energy, symptoms, and capacity fluctuate. So consistency becomes more valuable than intensity, and the research supports this. Movement helps regulate your autonomic nervous system. Regular, achievable routine is more effective for improving symptoms than occasional intense sessions. And importantly, your environment and social support strongly influence your adherence and your long-term outcomes. So when people say, "I just need to push myself more," the truth is, it's not about pushing harder, it's about building movement into the life you already live. This brings me to a conversation I had this week with both a colleague and a client, and it really stuck with me. My client has a lot on her plate: a busy household, young kids, a demanding schedule, family responsibilities, and on top of all of that, chronic health struggles. She asked me, "I want to exercise, I know it helps, but realistically, how am I meant to fit it in more regularly?" And the question is so real, because when life is already overflowing, exercise can feel like another stressor. So, instead of forcing a separate workout block into her week on top of her normal training, we tried something different. We wove movement into something she was already doing. One afternoon, while she took her kids to the park, we created a mini session built into that time. Simple, functional, low-pressure movements using the environment that we had within the park. Nothing intimidating. And then something amazing happened. Her kids actually joined in with the session. Obviously, we changed some of the movements to make it accommodating for them and at the right intensity, but it was such a fun family moment, and this moment really stuck out to me. A lot of the time it's nice for parents and individuals to have me time and have their own session away from family, kids, and responsibility, but realistically that is a part of their life, and weaving movement into that, including them, actually has such more of an effect. It became a shared, playful part of the day, and she got more movement in than she would have done in just a traditional workout, because we were able to walk to the park, include the kids, and it was really about filling her cup as well. She didn't have to carve out the time in her life. She simply allowed exercise to become part of the dance, and that is powerful. Exercise doesn't need a gym, a perfect schedule, or a child-free hour. For many people, especially those managing chronic symptoms, that's not realistic, as well as a busy household. Instead, the question becomes, how can we integrate movement into your lifestyle, your family rhythm, your energy cycle, your daily rituals? When movement becomes part of the flow, the support grows. Your family becomes part of your health journey rather than a barrier to it. And that sense of community, that you're not doing it alone, is deeply therapeutic. As always, we like to make these sessions practical and think about, well, what do I take away from this podcast episode today to include in my daily life? So let's talk about 3 practical takeaway tips that you can try. Firstly, build movement into what you're already doing. School drop-off walks, park trips, cooking breaks, waiting for the kettle to boil. These are all moments to add gentle functional movement without needing more time. And remember that exercise doesn't need a completely separate slot. It can be done in small bite-sized moments throughout the day. Secondly, let your family be a part of it. Kids love joining in. Partners often want to support but don't know how, so you can try communicate this with them. And set the tone by inviting them into your version of movement, not the picture-perfect standard. And thirdly, focus on consistency over intensity, a little bit every single day. The nervous system thrives on small repeated signals. 5 minutes daily beats an overwhelming 45-minute session once a week. Think about rhythm, not perfection. Thank you for listening to the clinical episode of the Dizzy Diaries. If today's conversation resonated with you, please share it with someone who needs a reminder that movement doesn't have to be perfect, just possible. I'll see you in the next episode, and until then, take care of your body, honor your pace, and keep dancing through life in your own way.